My first one, it's in my own hometown here. I think the captain of the Blues, Ryan O'Reilly, send him to the Minnesota Wild, a team that desperately needs a top end centerman to fill a void. Okay. Ryan Hartman, 34 goal pace last year, had 34 goals last year. He's on pace for about 10 this year. So I think O'Reilly fits really well there in Minnesota. He fits that ethos. They need a bump in scoring, they need depth down the middle. I think he'd be a great answer for it. Tyler, who do you got first off on your matchmaker?
I love that Wild pick. I think he'd fit in perfectly in that top nine. There is another centerman in Frank Saravalli's trade top five of his trade targets. It is Jonathan Taves. I am saying Jonathan Taves to the Edmonton Oilers. One, you know Kenny Holland likes his vets. He had Duncan Keith around last year. I think the Oilers missed that presence a little bit this year. So go get Jonathan Taves, a guy with a whole bunch of bling on his fingers, Mike. He can help them on the PK. He could allow them to play McDavid and Draisaitl together more at 5-on-5 and give them some more depth. And everyone says the Oilers need to be better defensively. They need a defenseman. Well, I'd go ahead and say a good veteran centerman who is also reliable in his own end and who wins a lot of faceoffs. That guy can help you defensively as well. So I say Jonathan Taves to the Edmonton Oilers, Mike.
I like that one. I got another one for you here. How about James Van Riemsdyk of the Philadelphia Flyers? Let's send him over to the Winnipeg Jets. Swipe it right on the Jets here for JVR. I think he'd fit really well in that third line playing with Adam Lowry, and he can slot up and down as necessary. He would also be a boost on their power play. Not that it's bad. The power play's been okay in Winnipeg, but you put JVR in front of the net, maybe on the second unit, maybe the first if you need a little bump for Rick Bowness, head coach of that team. I like that pick. I think he'd fit in very well in Winnipeg.
Yeah, I like that one too. And when you look at JVR, probably the big sticking point for him is his cap hit. Well, the Winnipeg Jets, they have a lot of cap space compared to some of the other teams that are sitting at the top of their divisions and are going to be aggressive buyers. So I think that could be a really solid fit. My last one, I'm staying in Canada, and I'm actually tying things back to the Minnesota Wild, who is your first team. They'll need some cap space to get a guy like Ryan O'Reilly. I'm looking at them moving Matt Dumba. I'm looking at them sending Matt Dumba north of the border to the Toronto Maple Leafs. A strong physical defenseman, can chip in with a little bit of offense, and is a clear upgrade on the right side